Buying a newly built new construction home is a little bit like juggling chainsaws. Most of the time, everything goes out great. It's an easy process, but then there are a few times when not so good. On today's video, we're gonna break down for you all the do's and the don'ts of buying a new construction home. Hi, this is Chris Morton, real estate broker with eXp Realty, and buying a newly built new construction home can be a very stressful experience, especially in this hot Raleigh real estate market. But as long as you go into the experience knowing what you're getting yourself into, it can be very smooth, very great experience. And so on today's video, we're going to tell you all about ways that you can make that new construction experience smooth sailing for you. So rule number one, you must know the person you meet at the builder's model, office, trailer, or the home that you're thinking that you're interested in, that person works for the builder. Always and forever works for the builder. They may be very nice and charming. They may be the nice little grandmother type. They may offer you nice little cookies and waters and soda pops and ask you nice little questions, but they work for the builder. Know that going into the process. Know that with those questions that they're asking you may come off as really innocent. So where are you from? When do you need to be here? All things like that. They may sound like they're just being nice to you. They're not. They're not. These are barracudas in disguise. Their goal is to ask you questions about where you're coming from, where you're going, what your plans are, do you have a deadline, so that they can get you into one of their homes as quickly as possible. Their goal is to get as much information out of you and to steer you and to direct you into specifically their homes in their neighborhood. They even so much as compete against other on-sites with the same neighborhood, same company, excuse me. And so the last thing they want to do is send you across town to another neighborhood with a home that might fit your needs better. They'd rather sell you one of their homes. So know that going in. I had a client a few months ago who lives in Buckhead in Atlanta, which you may or may not know is one of the high-end sections of Atlanta. He was looking and he said to the on-site, while I was sitting there, I really want to keep my budget down to X. She asked him where he was from, and I nudged him and said, do not answer that question, because she wanted to find out, oh, so you may want to pay X, but you really can afford Y. Let me try to get you up to Y to make more profit for my boss, the builder. And that's what she tried to do, even though I was just sitting there. It was amazing that she pretty much tried to ignore me, and I had to interject my way through it. So please know the number one rule: those people work for the builder. Now, that is not to say that all on-sites are these barracudas I talk about. No, the nice little innocent ones that don't tell you that they work for the builder, those are the ones I'm talking about. The good on-sites will tell you right up front, I represent the builder, I'm here to help you buy a house. And by the way, do you have a real estate agent or do you need a real estate agent? The very best on-site people want real estate agents to be involved as your representation, because those transactions go much smoother for the builder. There's lines of communication. The on-site gets to talk to an agent and find out about where the status is of your mortgage, find out how things are going with selling your current home if you have one to sell. You get the idea. There's just an extra added layer of convenience, protection, and ease for everyone involved when you have your own agent. And so the very good on-sites want you to have your own agent. So the solution to all of this is don't go into a on-site neighborhood and talk to one of the builder representatives without your own buyer agent. You're going to give yourself nothing but bad things potentially happening. And in fact, what spurred us to do this video this week is one of those bad things happened this past weekend. We had a client who found us on YouTube, wanted us to help him move from Canada, which is a whole nother ball of difficulty and problems, move from Canada to build a new construction home in the Raleigh area. And prior to meeting with us, he decided to go get the lay of the land and find out what's going on, and walked into one of the on-sites of one of these major builders. Innocently enough, getting some information, curious about what they were like, had seen them on the website, yada, yada, yada. You get my point. So he sits down. Before he knows it, this very sweet, charming on-site has walked him through the process of finding the best lot for him, finding the best plan for him, doing upgrades and all of that sort of thing. And at the end saying, so what do you think? And my client, or almost client, said, well, I need to consult with my real estate agent first before we do this. And this cute, charming on-site became the Barracuda and said, oh no, it's too late. You didn't have an agent walking in the door, therefore you can't use any real estate agent to represent you, which is really unethical because they should have said at the front end that, but they didn't. They should have asked, do you have a real estate agent on the front end? But they didn't. So long story short, we went around, we looked for other opportunities for this Canadian buyer. Nothing really met his needs except for this soon to be built home. And so he is now unrepresented, buying this home from this national builder. And I should interject in about this builder. They get a 1.3 out of 5 point score on Better Business Bureau and an equally bad review on Consumer Reports. This is a national builder. They're not known for their quality. They are known for building in a very high price range. I'm going to leave it at that. So we're hoping the very best for our client. We're hoping he didn't make $1 million mistake, literally $1 million mistake. Time will tell. Fingers crossed for him. So again, bottom line, do not walk into one of these builder models, these builder offices without having your representative with you. These builders don't want you to bring in your own representative. They don't want to have to deal with that. They don't want someone going behind them and saying, hey, those materials are really shoddy you're using. Rip that out and put in something new. They don't want you to have a final inspection at the end. They're going to tell you, oh, that's not necessary. You don't need a final inspection or bring an inspector in at the end of this because it's no big deal. We do our own inspecting and no one gets inspections on new construction, which is absolutely not true. Always get a new construction inspection, always get it done. They try to avoid paying the real estate agent by reducing commissions, these shoddy builders do, and just to keep our clients out of those on-site model showroom offices. They're doing all they can to get things moving along, to make as much profit as they can make during these times when inventory is low, and the last thing they want to deal with is some real estate agent who knows more than the on-site does and is going to be your advocate. So what you need to do is steer clear of these bad builders, and we're not going to name any names on this video. That is something you can find out by emailing us. We're happy to share that information, but we're not going to name any names. The best thing you can do is look for a good builder. And how do you find the good builders? Well, Better Business Bureau, Consumer Reports, Google reviews, ask your friends, ask your real estate agent. Find the better builders out there and the better builder representatives out there that you can have a great relationship with. There's some phenomenal builders in our area. Homes by Dickerson, we talk about all the time. Terramore Homes, we talk about it all the time. Davidson Homes, a very good builder out there, and there's many, many more. If you're building in the $1 million plus range with your budget, there's a ton of local custom builders who do a phenomenal job. And again, we're happy to share those names and that information with you, match you up with the best builder for you. Know they're out there. Know you don't have to deal with the slimy builders and the slimy builder representatives if you don't want to. So with all this, you may be asking yourself, how long does it take to build a new construction home? Well, it all depends on what stage the process the home is in, and that will determine how soon you can move into the home. So the first stage a home could be in, or first option would be a home that is already been built or almost completed. There's probably very little customization you could do to this house before you actually own it and do the work yourself because it's so far along. But the good news with this is these homes are move-in ready in about a month or so. Literally the time it takes the builder to do the final touch-ups and punch list stuff, and you to get an inspection on that home, and of course you to get a mortgage on that home if you are needing to get a mortgage. Literally that 30-day period that all that takes is all it's going to be before you can move into your new home. The second kind of home out there would be a home that has 2 or 3 months worth of work left to do on it before it can be moved into. Now, it is possible in certain eras of time that this home would be one that you could do customization on, that there may be time to change out the paint colors, to change out the countertops, cabinets, flooring, all that sort of stuff. That may be possible. And again, that's only a 2 or 3 month process before you can move into that home. I say in certain eras and certain times because right now when we're filming this in 2021, inventory is very low. And most importantly, product supply of these materials that builders use, like the flooring and the cabinets and windows. Windows are outrageously delayed. All this stuff is really on back order right now. And so to combat that, to make things easier for the builder so they can get your home built in time, they oftentimes are making all the selections before the home is even been started, which means that home that needs to be moved into or can be moved into in 2 or 3 months, probably right now you can't make any of those selections, so unfortunately. However, good news, you can move in 2 or 3 months. The next kind of home you could possibly come across is one that has not been built yet. It is a plot of land. You can go meet with a builder, figure out what plan you want to build. You can pick every single thing from carpet, flooring, paint, faucets, doorknobs, everything you can imagine. I just went through this process with some clients who are buying in Fuquay Varina. This is a great process if you're willing to help make those decisions, and my clients had like spreadsheets. They knew what they wanted and we zipped through the process. There's a lot of builders out there that are still doing that. It is a really good process. You truly get to customize the home for you and it becomes your dream home. The custom builders will even move walls around. I mean, you can do pretty much anything you want depending on your price range. The negative of this is you're 6 to 12 months out before you can move into this home. I have some other clients that are buying in Durham with Homes by Dickerson, and we are going through that process right now. We have meetings in middle of September to do all of that design work. We may film a little of that for you guys to show you what that looks like on a future video. But it's a great process, but know that it takes a while to go through it. And it could be up to a year or so, or even more maybe, before you can move into your home. And the final kind of home would be that home that is still dirt, but the builder knows everything that's going to be happening. To speed the process along, they've had a specific plan designed to go on that lot. They've picked out all the selections, and you basically have no decision other than, do I want this house on this piece of dirt or that house on that piece of dirt? That is the only decisions you're going to have to make. And again, this is because of supply constraints with windows and countertops and cabinets, and even paint is constrained right now. So know that those homes are out there. They take less time to build. There's probably going to be about a 6-month process because they've already gone through the permitting before they announce that this home is available on this lot. Know that it's probably only about a 6-month or even less amount of time that you're going to have, but the negative is you don't get to make any of the selections. For some of you, the positive is you don't get to make any of the selections. Either you have no taste or you don't want to go through the stressful process of picking out one thing over another. It is a really good home nonetheless. The builders have design center people who will make the selections, and they're going to make very tasteful selections. I sell many homes that are of this type of home that the builder's already done the work for you. Know that it is a very smooth process. It works out well, and you get to see all of the design selections before you even make an offer on that home. They're going to send you and send us the cabinets, the paint, all of that sort of thing. So what is the process, the step-by-step process you need to take to buy a new construction home? We've already talked about it, but numero uno, the first thing you need to do is interview and find yourself a real estate agent to help you go through that process. They're going to be your advocate. They're going to help you out from the beginning all the way to the end. Second step you're going to want to take is you're going to want to get pre-approved. Now, a lot of the builders have their own preferred lender, so this is something that you can do with an independent lender, or if you have an idea about which builder you're going to go with, you can go ahead and get pre-approved by their lender and go ahead and skip the steps. That approval will translate for pretty much any of them. So if you're good to go with Builder A, you're most likely going to be good to go with Builder B. The next step in the process, figure out your timeline. Are you someone that needs to be in 30 days? Or do you need to be in, are you okay buying a house that could take a year or 18 months to build? That will determine what type of those homes that you want to buy that I talked about a minute ago, and decide which path you need to take. Next up, you need to decide what your budget is. How much do you want to spend on a home? Are you in the 400s, 300s, million, 2 million? That will also determine where you go and what builder you go with. Your real estate agent can help you with that. Next, obviously, is you need to start figuring out what your must-haves are in a house. Hopefully you've already done that with your real estate agent on the very, very front end, so that you can decide what neighborhood matches up best with your needs. If you are wanting to be in a 55 plus community, we probably don't want to show you condos downtown Glenwood South where they party at all hours of the night. You are probably looking to be in a different area. And the same with someone who needs like a downstairs master primary bedroom. You need to know where you want to be, what kind of plan you want, and go through the process. And with that information, your agent can call around to all of the on-sites and say, hey, what do you have that has a downstairs master bedroom, 3 bedrooms upstairs, 2-car garage, yada, yada, yada. You get the point. So when you're armed with all that information, you then go choose your builder. You determine, I want to work with, say, Terramore Homes, and I really want to be in Wake Forest. That means there's Kanata Mills that you'd want to look at, or their new neighborhood. That escapes my mind right now, sorry. And you need to determine that you're gonna buy on lot 52 in Kanata Mills because you need the downstairs master and you like the Jordan plan and that's what's on that lot, all that sort of thing. So it really narrows it down. You then, from that point, go talk with the on-site, with your agent, get the whole ball rolling, and they will go through the process with the contracts and off you go. At that point, now becomes the boring part. You wait for your home to be built. If it's far enough along that you can actually walk through a home with like the studs stage up and there's no walls, great. You can at least see what that's going to be like, and you can see how far it is from your back door all the way to the end of your lot, all of that sort of thing. If not, if it's dirt, well, then you're going to have to wait for the slow process for them to assemble your house. You can go and visit the home during this whole process. No, you probably definitely need to contact your agent, contact the builder representative to coordinate that out. So make sure that no one is doing anything like dynamite blasting in your yard. They're not dynamite blasting, but anyway, anything that would be dangerous to you, you need to make sure you coordinate that out before you visit. But yes, definitely you can go visit and watch the excitement of your house being built along the way. And of course, as you get closer and closer to the final move-in date, you're going to need to do that builder independent inspection where you go hire an inspector to come in, check the house over, look for any flaws, and that information is then handed over to the builder, who then gets the work done and gets the process going so that everything is smooth sailing, so that a week before closing you would have a final walkthrough with the builder. That's where they show you where the emergency water shutoff is. They tell you how to clean out your hot water heater every year. They tell you how to maintain the house, all of that sort of thing. And they also are going to go through, and any of the paint flaws that you didn't catch with your inspector, they will find with you. They'll make a mark on the wall with some blue painter's tape. The painters will come in and they'll do the final touch-up so that the day of closing or the day before closing, when it becomes your house, you walk through and have a final walkthrough with the builder. Everybody's there for like 30 minutes. You look around the house, make sure all of the repairs that were needed were done and all the paint flaws are fixed and perfect. And they've probably pressure washed your driveway so it's all fresh and clean and new. The grass is in. It's a magical time and it's a wonderful time. That is probably one of my favorite days of a week would be when a new construction home is getting a closing, because the buyers are so excited. They're in their fresh, brand new, clean home that will never be that clean again, but they can always just dream about the first and last day that their home was ever immaculately clean. So we hope this has been helpful and kind of cleared up some of the misnomers. Again, bottom line, do not walk into a builder model office that has a builder representative without an agent with you. It could be a very bad situation. Don't do your own home dentistry. Don't do your own lawyering. Don't do your own on-site negotiating. Just what I'm saying. So with that being said, we appreciate you watching. Check out this video. You're going to love this one. This is one of our best work. You're going to love it. Trust me. Please like and subscribe below. And with that being said, we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.